Good morning, everyone. At the moment, I want to look at some acid reactions, and there's about 4 that you need to know how they work, and I want to work through them one at a time here. The first one is an acid plus a reactive metal, and I'm thinking maybe, say, HCl is the acid, plus reactive metal would be maybe, say, sodium. And that's going to give you a metal salt plus hydrogen. So when I say metal salt, I just mean, in this case, the sodium reacts with the chloride from the acid. So there's the chloride part, and there's obviously the metal is just sitting here. And then the other thing that comes off is hydrogen gas. So you probably remember this from your days when you were doing mixing, say, magnesium and hydrochloric acid, and you get the acid coming off and you make the thing go pop with a match. We've done that before. The next thing you need to look at is an acid plus a metal hydroxide. So let's go with hydrochloric acid one more time, HCl plus. Now metal hydroxide is going to mean something like sodium hydroxide. And that gives us a thing which we call a metal salt and water. Now don't be confused by the term metal salt. Okay, what it means is you just take the metal from the metal hydroxide, so that's the sodium, and you take the other part from the acid, whatever is left over from the acid. So the acid is made of 2 parts. The acid is made of the hydrogen part and the other thing. So the other thing is what we're going to put here, that's the chloride. So you've just got salt. If the chloride was fluoride, then you'd have sodium fluoride. If the metal was potassium, then you'd have potassium chloride. And the other thing is just the water, H2O. Now, if you balance this up, you'll see that everything is there. You've got the oxygen from here, one hydrogen from here, and the other hydrogen from here. That makes the water. Another kind of reaction that acids do is an acid plus a metal carbonate. Let's just stick with hydrogen chloride for now. We've got hydrogen chloride plus, well, sodium carbonate. Now that actually isn't the formula for sodium carbonate, because carbonate ion has got a 2 negative charge on it, and the sodium's only got a 1 positive charge, so we need to balance that up. When you do these things, you do have to remember how to make the ionic equations. You have to remember what your different ions are. Carbonates is a 2 minus, and sodium is 1 plus. Now, you will probably be able to do all of this fairly straightforward at this point. You've got the sodium chloride, which is the metal salt, plus water, H2O, plus carbon dioxide gas. So you'll see that this whole reaction breaks the carbonate into carbon dioxide and the water. Just having a look at our equation, we started off with 2 sodiums on this side, and we've only got 1 on this side, so we need to balance our equation. That's going to be a 2 there. Oh, my pen's not working. There we go. A 2 there, and we're going to need a 2 over here as well. Sorry about the writing, it's a bit messy. Okay, the last one we're going to do is an acid plus a metal hydrogen carbonate. Now that's a bit of a mouthful, but it's actually almost identical to the previous one. It's almost the same. So let's try this one. We've got HCl plus, we'll stick with the easy one, NaHCO3. So that's a metal hydrogen carbonate. Gives virtually the same things. Gives sodium chloride plus H2O plus CO2. All the same things. Now, we haven't balanced it yet, so you should look at that. Well, actually, I think it all balances out. There we go. It's all done. Now, there are 4 different reactions that acids do. I'd like you to have a try. Let's get this pen off. Okay, there's 10 for you to do. I'd like you to stop the video, freeze it on this point, do those 10, and send me your answers. If you get stuck, let me know. If you can do it, that's great. You do need to know how acids react with different chemicals, especially the reactive metal, the metal hydroxide, the metal carbonate, and the metal hydrogen carbonate. Give it a shot.